Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Tonight we have moved our Tuesday show to Friday. We had a bit of an emergency. So thank you for joining. As you come in, make sure that you speak. Quick note before you get started, this is not a podcast. I am not a reporter. She is not a reporter. She is not going to tell me to shut up, and I'm not going to tell her to shut up, but we're going to tell y'all to get the fuck out if you don't like what we say. See, I told you at the beginning. Now you don't even have to stay if you don't like it. So we'll have our co-host introduce herself, and then we'll get started.
Happy Friday, everybody.
That's one of them things like when you're sitting at somebody's house and you like, what do I say after that?
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone.
I'm just saying. So tell them where they can find you. Change your bottom thing.
What do we say? Oh, Lord, I'm going to have to log out.
No, don't log out. Leave it. So, guys, so if you want to subscribe to her channel, it is Talk the number 2 and then Rose. It's always in the description box down below. All together. Right, all together, because there's a couple of Roses. And so you'll know hers when you see it. Crown on, you'll see it. So let's get started. So tonight, we have two things. We have a hot topic, and then we are going to be giving our reaction to some of the Shirley Strawberry updates. Again, this is not a reporting channel, okay? Let me tell you what I'm not going to do, okay? Stay up watching that Twitter and that all them things to make sure I can get the news drop and all that. That will never be me, okay? It won't.
I try to be it. I try it to be because I'm nosy, but I be needing to know.
Too much pressure.
It is, but I be really wanting to see it when it first come out. I be wanting to have the wow factor with everybody else. What? Just a nosy. I'm just nosy. That's all.
No, I love it. But real quick, could you be like a Tasha K, like the ones that people call like a Wendy Williams, like a Q, so you can't you know how they say they have to separate themselves from their friends because what's going on, somebody gonna call them and tell them the tea, and they're gonna do the exclusive. I guess you heard it here first.
I like Q and I love Wendy Williams. I was a Wendy Williams fan before she even went on TV. I was her fan when she was on radio. I used to watch her when I worked night shift. She came on 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning our time because she was coming on at 5 or 6 in New York, so whatever. And I would be every night at work. I would be listening to Wendy Williams. I heard the Wendy Williams show live when she when you used to cuss her out. I'm a for real Wendy Williams fan. So if I could be like anybody, I would be like Wendy Williams. But I don't think I could do it to my friends. I don't think I could do it with my friends because I don't know. I would like to be like them, but if I could pick anybody, I would probably be Wendy Williams because Q, he really do separate his self from everybody, and I'm such a people person. You know me, I'm everybody my friend and everything. So I don't know if I could be like Q. I would have to be more Wendy Williams, but just on the other people that I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I can't do it then because I don't know. Maybe I can't.
I'm asking because they say those things. For those of you who don't know, they often say they don't go into those spaces because depending on some of the things that they report, obviously, if it's that stuff, y'all know people like drama. So if it's those type of things, who somebody sleeping with, what somebody was sniffing, all that type of stuff, you a snitch. You technically a snitch to the whole world.
I'd rather be like the journalism then. I'd rather do journalism then. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'd rather do journalism, but the reactionary. So I still want to do reaction. I think you like the wow factor, like that. You like that wow factor. I like that. Guys, now that everybody said what they have to say, what do we think? That's what So speaking of finding out information late, this is what I want to know. I want to know for our hot topic, the R. Kelly trial. I want to know how many people are still following the narrative that the girl that got taken to the concert and basically handed to R. Kelly, they let the mom and the dad let the daughter go backstage and go with R. Kelly, and they knew all about it and all that stuff. I wonder who still has that narrative.
And you talk about 𝒂𝒄 or Jock?
Yes.
𝒂𝒄, right? I did have it until I seen the video.
Me too. Well, you're supposed to pretend. See, that's why she can't. Look, I don't know which one it is on this thing. She can't do this, y'all, because she too honest. All I asked her to do was pretend like she didn't know, because I couldn't hold it in.
I'm like everybody else. Like I did until then.
It's crazy, right? So let me show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all a clip, and then we're gonna talk about it, and it's gonna segue into our conversation about Shirley Strawberry. For those of you guys who don't know, there are things coming out left and right of the things we deem important. We're gonna talk about them, and then, but it's such a laundry list, Jesus. Oh, and if you want to know the legal things, I know somebody that's following chronologically according to how information is coming out, and you can go there to find these things. So there you go. We'll be right back. I am going to play this clip real quick.
And how 𝒂𝒄 came to be in the care of R. Kelly was during a very vulnerable and weak moment in her life. 𝒂𝒄 did try to commit suicide over a boy. Despite what she told y'all on CBS in the morning, there are documents to prove exactly why 𝒂𝒄 Clary attempted suicide. And in the state of Florida, it's an automatic 5150. When you attempt suicide, you have to go under the care of doctors, regardless of what your parents say. So very next day, her parents decided to purchase her tickets, not to an R. Kelly concert. They purchased her tickets to a Funk Fest concert. So for those of y'all that are saying that her parents took her to an R. Kelly concert and put her on the stage, that is a lie, okay? But what they didn't know was that R. Kelly took 𝒂𝒄's number and proceeded to talk to her over the weekend, okay? So she got out of the hospital, I believe it was on a Friday. On a Saturday, she was at Funk Fest. By Sunday, she's texting, FaceTiming R. Kelly. The parents had no clue about it. And on Monday, when she attended school, she was apparently told that she would be auditioning for R. Kelly on Monday, did not tell her parents, left school early. Her brother confirmed this and went to see R. Kelly. And during that first encounter, that's when they allegedly had sex when she was 17 years old. A narrative that's out there that these parents sold their daughter for cash. And I know personally that they've actually tried to pay R. Kelly because he was already broke in order to get their daughter back just for 10 damn days, even though she was already of age. Now, I've asked them some tough questions like, how on earth could you allow your 17-year-old daughter to be in the guardianship of a woman that you don't even know, assisting him in his madatorial needs? Okay, I just made up my own name for that shit. We got to get that whole pedophile guardian a damn name. They said because 𝒂𝒄 was on the brink of being 18 and she threatened to, in fact, kill herself if she could not work with R. Kelly.
So let me just say, we're going to change some of these from Hot Topic to I was today years old when I found out.
Yeah.
We're going to change it to that. So the reason why you heard me bleep out when the girl came up on the screen is because it was some information in there was about her daughter. So just like Tasha covered her face, I bleeped out a part of her name that was there. But like I do after every show, I'll go back and link it in, and then you can listen to the whole thing if you like. It is detailed as hell, and it came directly from the parents and everything. Now, here's my question, because I was today years old when I found that out. This came a little bit before or around the same time that Cardi B was taking her to court for reporting false news. That wasn't true, but that's why she took her, right? This is my question. If Lifetime could do a whole lot of series, you can call it, if you were able to do all of those movies or documentaries or docuseries or whatever you want to call it, and so much of that information that was provided was inaccurate, How is that okay? But it's not okay if one of us reports something that somebody tells us and shows us proof and we do our due diligence, because that's basically what she got in trouble for. Her information wasn't false. It was absolutely known to her, and she had the documents to prove that it was true. How could they make a docuseries with such false information?
Because that's what they do in television. They put out what they want us to know. Just like when they do documentaries and movies on the people, it's still fiction inside of there just to make it seem better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's why they did that. But that's why, and before any of y'all get on there, I am a huge R. Kelly fan, so I don't need y'all saying I'm taking his side or none of that. Because me being a huge R. Kelly fan, I could still separate R. Kelly from Robert Kelly. Like, I do feel like he should go to jail. I feel like he's sick and everything. But I didn't like that docuseries on Lifetime because it seemed fake to me. And then, but I'll get off the subject if I start talking about that.
We could make that the next topic because I think it's fair. Yeah. And here's why I think that is fair, right? This is why I want to talk about this before we talk about Shirley Strawberry. Everybody has their opinions. Our opinions here are a little on the softer side, and they're about what would we do if this was us? How would you support if he was a friend? What would you do if he was a boss? That's where we're coming from with it. I use this example because literally, I think it was 2 shows ago that I brought up this exact same part of the case and use it as an example of what happened. And it's not even what happened. The killer is this. Tasha K followed all of it. She got direct interviews, staff, everything from the people there, records, everything. People was pushing her to the side. And what was out there more was everything else. The narrative that got pushed out is, like Rose said, the one that you want to get pushed out, right? So at that point, it's very hard to decipher between things and make an informed decision, because just because you're grown don't mean you're some damn genius. Some part of your mind is influenced by what we see, especially if it's said over and over and it looks like it's right. And don't let a woman cry. If a woman cried, that's a wrap. We gonna believe whatever she say, no matter what. That's just the way that it goes.
My thing with this story is, okay, this is a totally different story that was put out about 𝒂𝒑.
Girl, whole different, bro.
This is night and day. Like, it's night and day. But I just don't understand if this is a true story, why is there a whole different story, y'all? Like, I don't understand that. But like I said, that's the story.
Because it came from the daughter's point of view. So when like, I think I sent you clips as well because I didn't want you to see it yet either. But when I tell you she broke it all the way down, the parents had proof. So I'll give you a quick overview. The parents had proof that it was the type of tickets that it was. They had obviously proof that she tried to commit suicide. Her birthday aligns with the date of how old she was. Them trying to get her back, they have messages of them trying to pay R. Kelly to see their daughter to get her back. So they got everything. They got all the proof, and she showed it. And they went with something. They went with what the girls said, not what anybody else was saying. And like, everybody was like, well, why you didn't go to the police, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, before you say that, because that's what everybody been saying, her dad is from the streets. Her dad was at several of those concerts trying to get him. And all I could say at that point is, that makes perfect sense. He was like, oh, no, I don't want the police to handle it. I'm going to get my daughter myself, and I'll handle it myself, because apparently y'all not listening or whatever. So they did not know that their daughter was going places. Their hands was kind of tied because she turned 18. So how do she's not kidnapped. Like, how do you actually get the law involved, right? She's not kidnapped, but you know something wrong.
Yeah, so now we know she was, because my thing was, I'm like, what parent takes their 16-year-old daughter to the Black Panty tour? Like,
right, and literally says, here, take my daughter on stage.
Like, she went to the Black Panty tour, she went backstage and all that. That's why I'm like, y'all doing this for money. But when I seen that, that's when I'm like, okay, this is a totally different story. it's a totally different story. So I could understand what they was going through, but
yeah. So I'm gonna send it to you after, Ro. When you watch it, at every point you just gonna be like, oh my God, oh my God. Very rarely, y'all, do we send each other stuff before, because we want each other to have a wow factor. And when we're pulling it from a perspective of what parts do I need, because I'm not pulling nothing out so that they hear it as authentic and condensed as possible. So we don't even think through the stuff yet, because we work. Like, and we busy. We got toddlers, schools to go up to and beat principals up and all of that. But I just thought I would share that, because over the next couple of episodes, because I know this is something that this is near and dear to Ro too, and I'm with her. And we said it about Shirley Strawberry. If a story already is bad enough, that person has to go through enough. I personally don't feel good with making it worse. If the story is strong enough on its own, why do you have to add extra stuff? That's just malicious. It's just not that serious to me. I can't imagine being her right now, nor can I imagine being Azriel's parents, and I'm asking for help, and everybody is treating me like you just want money, when in fact they're the ones that offered money, and now everybody's pushing them away because their narrative that they want is bigger. So it's just crazy. But you also see a huge amount of line on another spectrum too. But we'll go through it, especially with that Drea. And she's a liar. So let's get into Ro. Like bad. Like how you say you wasn't there, but you was there.
Exactly. But on side note, before we go there, K-Michelle said she was there.
Exactly. I just don't understand.
K-Michelle said she never seen nothing. K-Michelle said she never seen nothing. She was like, I was there. She was like, I wasn't locked in no rooms. I didn't hear nobody. So it's like, who do you believe? K-Michelle.
Want to know what I noticed though, guys? I noticed he had different houses. When people was asking certain question, the one question I never heard asked was, which house were you at? I never heard that question, because that would make sense, right? Because at one time, Drea was in Florida, remember? And then he had a house in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And the one, oh, y'all, that one is going to be good. We've actually covered parts of this story before in earlier segments on my Thursday show. The one that was a little bit older, I forgot her name, that was the radio host or whatever. She left her kids, family, everything to go out there and try to work under him.
I didn't feel sorry for her. She was dumb to me. I did not. How you that old and that stupid? Like I can see the teenagers doing that. I gotta have sympathy for them. But a grown woman that got your own show and you do that, like, girl, everything that happened to you, that's on you. If you let somebody, that's just like me meeting R. Kelly and me selling my house and leaving everything.
Right.
I don't care how much of a big fan I am. Like, I'm not stupid.
Sell your house. Like, what were you thinking? I don't even understand.
That's what I said. I don't feel sorry for some of them. I hated that Lifetime thing. I'm like, after I watched the first one, I didn't watch no more of them.
I didn't either. I didn't. Y'all let us know in the comments if you watched it. Let us know, because we're just going to pick. We're not going throughout, but we're going to pick and just talk about different ones as they relate to things that would be a good point to consider when we're considering how we move as people, how we are responsible for your platform, responsible for what you say, and to the best of your knowledge, because that's all you could do is quote something to the best of your knowledge. Just think about yourself. When something happens with yourself, you use the best of your knowledge when you're a good person. But something could happen later and you like, I didn't see it that way. And you go back and you fix it. That's it. That's why if you're a good person, I truly believe you have no problem apologizing, because you know you did it from a good place. That's why people could sleep at night. That's just me. But now let's move into the topic. Now that I've pre-warned you, we fuck up. So with Miss Strawberry, let's start from the top. Okay. So first, remember we talked about how you can manipulate people and different ways that you say things. And I just want to play 2 clips from the phone calls. And I do have on the screen, I actually pulled them out and left right where you can go listen to them. They are long and it's like eavesdropping on the phone. Most of y'all parents, see, I'm a parent, but not a parent. I'm not listening to no damn call. Parents, they will stay on the phone till they hear what their kids say, and then they'll go, yeah, not me. I'll just be like, it's okay, kid. Go ahead and go. So let's see. Let's see what vulnerability sounds like. Don't call this lady stupid, y'all. That's not nice. Here we go.
I'm not making this stuff up, not doing none of this. It's real, it's real. So I had to make the right decision on how, you told me don't worry about you, but that's not my nature. I had to continue worrying about you. Been doing that. So this ain't nothing new. As you say I'm controlling.
Well, I mean, not in a bad way. Just, you always have to, not in a bad way. I didn't mean it in a bad way.
I know. I just got to know what's going on.
You're just protective. You're protective. That's a better.
Yeah, that's it. Very.
Which is what I always wanted in a husband, so.
Yeah, that's all it is. I'm just sorry.
It's all good. It's okay.
So I would just like to say, no, Ro, what do you think as far as what we know about people and how they talk when they're little manipulators?
That one right there, it don't really seem like he's manipulating her on that call, but it seemed like she wanted to say stuff that she just wouldn't say. Like, oh, no, I wouldn't say that. It's, like trying to soften it up for him. But that one, it did really seem he wasn't really manipulating her on that call to me, that one. But I could tell
why did she apologize?
I don't know. That one don't really seem like that. Now, the other ones I didn't hear, it seemed like it, but that one, no.
Okay, so let me tell you why I pulled that one. I pulled that one because when you take emotional intelligence and all these other things, and you go through therapy, if that's one of your areas in therapy that you need to work on, you get presented with different scenarios and things like that of how it starts small and you don't catch it and things like that. Why was she saying I'm sorry? We've talked about that before, that we want to train our girls not to say I'm sorry because it doesn't apply. That's the perfect, he turned it around to where it was, oh, I'm sorry. I said that, well, I'm just trying to protect.
I don't know why she would say sorry though. Like,
because she felt bad for saying that because he used a key word at the beginning and he said, you said I'm controlling. So you automatically, you call me controlling and all I'm trying to do is protect you. I'm sorry for trying to protect you.
Well, yeah,
I just didn't care about you. It's correct. That's what, it's interesting how small things are. I stopped watching when the 32-year-old start telling her story. Oh, yes.
That's the one.
Back to the first one. Yeah, that's the one, Mom. Yeah, I think we all did. So when I pulled things, that's the other thing. Quick snippet right there. Great point. There are certain things on my platform that we won't discuss in great detail. If there is an article or anything like that attached in relation to sexual abuse, I'll tell you where it is and you can go and listen, because I have a nonprofit. I have parents. I have all of those things that listen. I would rather they can hear me cuss. They can hear all of those things. But in those spaces where there is hurt, I don't want to talk about those things in that detail. But what I will provide it so you can go listen to it. I just won't discuss it the way some people would probably go into detail. So that is something I need to say. Let me play this next one, and then we'll talk about. We'll go into the marriages because there was more than one, and we'll talk about what that actually looks like. I heard the court transcripts today, so we will be able to talk about it. Here we go.
It's gonna be just fine. Just listen to whoever you're talking to and don't get frustrated.
Yeah, I don't want to get frustrated. Not with this situation. The truck kind of got me a little frustrated, trying to get it. But
I've been doing a lot. You see that, don't you?
What'd you say? Huh?
I've been doing a lot. I've been doing a lot. I've been taking a lot of care, a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah. You mean
Just
where you are?
Just a whole, yeah, when I was out. It's just a lot. Like, a lot of stuff you just ain't have to deal with.
Oh, no, I appreciated it. Yeah. I didn't even have to get gas. Yeah. I didn't have to get my car washed. I appreciated that because I hate doing that. I didn't have to get my car washed. I didn't have to get gas, none of that. So, you took care of everything. And, and that was the beautiful part about it. That's why, I can hold you down for a minute, I can hold you down. I'm paying the lawyer, the insurance, I'm paying, so yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I appreciated what you did too. Like I said, I never had to get gas. No, that's important. Most women don't like to get gas, to stop and get gas.
Man, I see
Plus,
I see the guys sitting on the passenger side while the women putting gas in their car. That's embarrassing to me.
Yeah. and it's not the safest thing to do anymore. I remember I got out one day to get some gas and somebody rolled up on me and said, hey, they were nice, but, they knew who I was and they were talking to me and everything.
Oh, that's scary as a mud there.
Yeah, it can be, for sure, but it just, by the grace of God, they were nice,
Wow.
So my question is, I just think it's so sad. I think he is a sorry ass piece of shit. When you listen to these calls, it probably, everybody has triggers or things that they don't like. I For me, it's that stupid laugh. For me, it's also when he says, wow. Or when he says, you sure are going through a lot. So like I was saying, blah, blah, blah. And you like, well, damn, do you care about this girl? Now, what she was calling to tell him, this is when the car got taken. The car got taken on a Friday. Within a week, they're in Georgia. Within a week, she's trying to get to the car because they have the one. Well, she was down to the one car left, the truck. They had it already in South Carolina, ready to be auctioned off. She was trying to get to the car. Not many people are helping her. They really don't want anything to do with her. And of the people from his team, group, friends, whatever, that are supposed to be helping her, nobody is coming through. So she needs to get to, y'all know how it is when you get your car taken. She has to get down there to get her stuff or get his stuff, which I think he doesn't want her to get because by this time he doesn't know yet that they've pulled out the paraphernalia from the car. Okay, so he's not really, I think that he intentionally didn't. I want to hear the calls to the friend because I bet when he's talking to the friend, he's not really telling the friend to help her because how is the friend not really wanting to do anything? Really, it's okay that you don't feel safe getting gas, but your daughter and grandchildren. This is what I'm saying. I think that when somebody is manipulated to make, you have to gas them up. That conversation started out with the stress she's going through and trying to find a way to get 2.5 hours away, get the car back, drive it back. Who's going to take her? She doesn't like to do things by herself anymore. And nobody's willing to help her. She's staying at somebody else's house. All of this is at the beginning. She's thinking he's going to get out, trying to figure out what's going on. And he turned the conversation around to being about him. I did a lot of shit. She's like, what, in there? Because she's lost. And then she quickly caught her.
Too. Yeah, when he said that, I'm like, and he just keeps.
So
but
she's wrestling.
And did you catch that part? When she said, "I could hold you down for a minute."
And she quickly caught herself. Did you know
Yep.
she kept catching herself with her regular responses, and then oh, but it's my husband. Because I need people to keep it in your mind. At this point, she's thinking he's getting out. Okay, so let's not be so hard when we hear these conversations, because again, the more stuff comes out, it makes sense. The reason why she thinks he's coming out, because only the small amount of cases are available at this time. In addition, what he went to jail for was robbery. And he was in there for 8 years. That's what it was before they got together. Okay. Once they got married, from them getting married until now, he's been arrested 5 times, but he's gone in and got out. Right. So to her, she's thinking, this is like normal, but this is weird. Why is my stuff being taken? And we also heard, what? You didn't have to do nothing. I did everything. I protected you. Instead of, because he probably knows what's coming. He don't want it to say, I kept everything from you because I didn't want you to know. You get like flipping.
He keeps saying, I'm doing everything for you. And she was like, all she keep on saying, what, getting me gas? Like, it's not, what else are you doing? Getting her gas?
Look how much she gassed it up. Yeah, because I didn't feel safe. Somebody spoke to me today.
That's the only thing that she was saying that he did was get her gas. You ain't said nothing else that he did but get you gas.
But I mean, I could hold you down. I mean, because you did take care of everything. Well, I did in another part. Well, I am, I'm paying the insurance and I'm paying this and, I'm doing this. And I'm like, this manipulation stuff is real, but you hear her struggling with, if my man is about to get out, I'm frustrated right now. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth and end up single, because he does do this and he does do that. Like she's talking to herself, which a lot of people do. So considering her age, considering her thinking he's probably coming home, I feel sorry. I can't not feel sorry for her. I can't. I've tried.
Because it's just like she's human, like, and she wants to be loved like every other woman wants to be loved. And she probably thought her getting married, this was going to be the real thing. And then this happened. So I actually do feel sorry for her. Like, that's messed up. And then your whole world is crumbling down. Like, your husband, you lose your husband and everything almost around you is crumbling down. Like,
well, it's a lot of things, because right before he went into jail, she launched her candle line. People, get your .com, get your LLC. When you establish a name, go and snatch it on every platform, even if you don't use it. She came out with her candle line. The girl that does her hair, I believe that girl is jealous of her. She bought her .com. So that business is no longer open. So she sold what she had. Now it's off. So it's so much deception everywhere around her. And that's proven deception. So in conversations, you'll hear where he's talking, saying, well, I was just nice because you told me to be nice, and I was helping them, and I was doing this and I was doing that. But I tried to tell you, well, you're right. God is really showing me. But God not showing you him, sis. But when you play it back and think about the order of things, she doesn't know any of this stuff that we know today and are looking back and saying that she doesn't know it. So, and he has an ankle bracelet on at this point, like he's preparing to come home. Like, put yourself in that position. Like, things are moving as if he's coming home. They just need to figure out where. Oh, I just need to go get the car back. Okay, they said this about the ring. I'll give it back until they figure it out. I'd rather have my man. I just want the simple things.
mm-hmm.
When you consider that, it makes sense. I need to know first, did her daughter tell? No. At this point, all of that is not known yet. At this point, she didn't talk to the police until this year, around in between February and May. And when you go to this website where the calls are that I'm going to, well, there was on the screen. The person that's pulling the calls, there are no calls pulled between December and May, something like that. The next update is when she went to court June and asked for the leniency or whatever, but there's no more calls. So I'm pretty sure they got hip to it and he's using somebody else's stuff, because the calls, they can't pull them no more. There are none between those two. So either there really are none, or they using something else from somebody else's phone. So no, at this point, she doesn't know that. Yeah, at this point, everything just looks regular, and he not telling nothing. And he don't when he talked to her, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off the phone because I'm gonna let you go on and get back to your day.
Yeah, it don't even seem like she really want to talk to him, to keep it 100. Like, it don't seem like an interesting call like back in the days when you had boyfriends and stuff in jail. Like, when you was having a real good conversation. This
Honey, it don't sound nothing like the lady from Florida.
Like, it don't sound like, it sound like she just talking to him because he called. Like, it don't sound like she really wants to talk to him. Like, she's happy to talk to him.
Y'all tell me what y'all think. I think that she is completely lost. I think that because like I think in this actual call, so within a post from this place, it'll be a call. They're not all separated. They did September, October, November. They did them like that. But in one call, she's telling him about the truck, and he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go on and let you go. And he was like, it's 4, you got a call. She said, no, it's 3:56. You don't have to go yet. I think she's waiting for him to say something like, I'm sorry this is happening. I'm sorry you're going through this. What is it that I can do from here to help? I'm sorry I made mistakes. Anything. He don't never say that, twin.
He's making it seem like he ain't gonna say that because he's making it seem like he's still taking care of everything behind bars.
Exactly.
I'm still doing everything. You don't have to worry about nothing, right? I'm still doing everything. So he's not gonna say he apologized for everything that she's going through. Just like he said, oh, you going through a lot. Yeah, because of you.
I'm not going. This is your stuff. Like, who says that? Can you imagine? And the other people are out on bond already. The other people are out on bond already at this point. So he's really tripping like, I already got my ankle monitor. They on bond. So, and of the paperwork that I read is fine. I know where we could stay and where we can't and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. So let me play. Anything else to say about that part, the manipulation part, before I move to the next clip?
I don't even understand how she did it. I swear, I just don't understand nothing. Because like they said, as soon as he would have went to jail, as soon as they would have took him to jail, I would have been cheating. No, I'm just playing.
Well, she didn't have nowhere to cheat. She getting put out of places, got to find stuff to push. She's 7 years old.
It would have been over because I can't do. Rashonda can't do the jail stuff. Like, I cannot do that, and I don't. So,
and she's paying for his lawyer, and they're evicted right now. She's staying with a friend, and he's basically telling her to hurry up and go ahead and get somewhere to stay, so you could be ready, just in case. And she's like, wait, are you trying to say you're not coming home? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you still need to live your life. Yeah, you saying that because when it's time for you to get out, you're going to need an address of somewhere to go, Ninja. That's why
he want her to get somewhere to stay. At this point, well, I wonder now, how does she feel about everything now that everything is coming out? Now, have she seen the light to where she like, okay, I need to leave you alone because at this point you ruining my life. So I'm not getting no place.
I don't know. I did hear a call where she was going off on a YouTuber. Their reports knew she was going off on her, like, because the YouTuber came for her about Steve, because I guess Steve was doing something to her. And she was like, with all the stuff I got going on, she had a lot more bass in her voice. I could tell you that. She had a lot more bass in her voice. I'm pretty sure it's just not stopping. And so I
wouldn't talk to nobody. I would be just to myself. I would not, girl, I feel sorry for her because it would just be a wrap. Like you said, I would take time off to be by myself. He wouldn't know where I'm going or nothing. Like,
It's a lot.
I feel sorry for her.
I hope somebody's looking out for her health. I hope somebody cares about her, because that's a lot. Her age is still her age. She has the right to be scared. She has the right to be a lot of things. And it's just a lot. and it's all been put on her at one time. And you hear him throughout saying that he kept her separate. I did everything. So it's very clear she's not in the know. I don't, even if she know a little bit of something, let's just keep it 100, y'all. If y'all husband getting free stamps at work, taking something like that, you don't give a crap. If it's something really small, you don't care if somebody's cutting corners, is basically what I'm trying to say. You don't know that it's this big old thing, and we're younger, we're in different spaces, so we could look at something and say, dang, you didn't see that? Well, if that's not normal, something she knows about, you can't see something you don't know. That's not fair either. And it sounds like her daughter was actually okay with being spoiled, because Shirley just paid her rent while she don't have nowhere to stay. She just sat up there and paid her rent, and her daughter won't even talk to her. Right, she has to start all the way over. They have broken her down to the white meat.
That's what I'm saying. That's so sad. Like, for her to have all that and then it come crashing down over a man. That's what I'm saying. I hope she have some close friends, best friends that she could confide in and be around, because that's a lot to have to go through. Like, it really is a lot.
They betraying her. It seems like it was a money type thing. Like, even with the daughter, her name is on some documents and everything. If y'all go listen to the Esquire that's reporting on this, and you see she posts a picture, a screenshot of the actual document that's up there too. Not too long ago, Sheridan and Ernesto is on a lease together. Exactly. So this looks very interesting. It looks and he was very hands-on with the kids and everything. So it's very interesting. But let's move to the marriage part about this here 30-something-year-old marriage. Jesus.
That she is still technically married to him and has been married to him for 38 years. For those of us like myself who want to give Shirley the benefit of the doubt, we said, great, Shirley can now go about her life. All Shirley has to do, per this attorney that I spoke to, is now file a simple annulment. That's it. One of the rules in Georgia is if you marry someone and they are technically still married to a living person, all you have to do is file a simple annulment and have them served. She can have him served because she knows exactly where he is.
Reportedly,
I would have been down to that courthouse so fast. It would have been like the little cartoon things. I would have been on one wheel down there. It would have been no way. As soon as I would have found out that, it's a wrap. Like, it's literally a wrap. It's no way. Like, to have your wife, your real wife, stay behind you and take care of all this stuff, it would have been no way. Now that's the kind of stuff I don't understand. Like, because I've never been married. When you get married, ain't there some kind of way? They don't look in the system to see if you married already? Because I had a friend that got married in Jamaica, and I remember I don't know, some kind of way they was like that he had to like literally, I don't know how they knew he was married before, but he didn't bring his proof of him being divorced from his first wife, and they wouldn't marry him.
Some people actually diligently check the information. Here's the thing. So yeah, here's the thing. So when you get married, it's steps that you have to follow, right? So Shirley
and how do they not know that?
They are supposed to know. They are supposed to know, but I'm not sure how it works state to state. I know that it'll pull up in the state.
A different state. Was they married? Was he married to that lady in a different state?
So the first lady that he was married to a long time ago is in one state. Then there was a woman behind that he married, and they went through the divorce process while he was in jail for the crime that he did before Shirley Strawberry, he got out and thought that he was divorced. He filed the paperwork again, because you can go through the whole process, but if you don't do the final part, it can come back later, and it just sits there. And you could think that it's done. Oh, I did my part. I signed it. I turned it in. If you don't do everything, it sits there until you finish it. If you don't finish it, it'll just like basically wipe out, and you got to start over. So in 2014, he started the process. They got married in 2015. From the second one, his divorce was finalized in 2021. That was the second one. He was married to somebody in 2009, and by 2011 they was done. She made sure all her stuff was filed. The initial first one is the only one where I'm guessing he thought he was still divorced. So I would say, yeah, honestly, with this one, I don't think he was intentionally married. I think that he really thought he filed all this different paperwork, because I'm pretty sure the women was filing it while he was in jail. I don't think it was a case of, what do you call that, where you marry different people and you actually dealing with all of them and stuff like that?
I don't know.
A double, triple life. Y'all know what it's called, the actual legal term for it. But
that's like, what's his name? What was that movie? That Lorenz Tate played, and he was married to all them women.
Yes, Waterford. Yes.
Waterford's fault. This seems
yes.
like.
Yes, I don't think this was the case. He really did think that he filed paperwork, because when the wife filed it that he has kids with while he was in jail, and all this stuff went back and forth for 8 years, he probably thought, oh, I'm in jail. I signed my part. I sent it back. They even talked about custody of the kids and everything. All of that was in the decrees and stuff. So she didn't do something on her end, and it didn't go through. When he found out,
that must be part of his MO, is getting married to women, like to make them go along with what his schemes and all that. That must be a part of his plan, is, okay, if I marry her, she'll go along with it. Because you didn't been married a lot.
Only one person's name is dropped, though. The other name, they don't they don't want to be attached at all. But I'm thinking he attaches himself to women that it would look like and make sense that he has these type of things, and the world thinks it's them, the woman, and the woman is thinking that this man is doing these things because they're disconnected or whatever. Yeah. And very interesting, the one that he went through the longest part of divorce with, and custody and all of that, is not even the one he was first married to that he has. So this woman, this is my question with her.
Strawberry, that's all they would have had to do, is tell me that, and I would have been up at that courthouse. It would have been no way. That day, I would have been up there. I would have left the Steve Harvey show. That would have been your strawberry letter, me going down to the courthouse to get a divorce.
I would have, because if she's taken the steps, as things have happened, she's taken his name off of her house that's in LA. She took his name off, and people was like, oh, well, isn't that sneaky? Well, now, damn it. Now, if she do something that makes sense, then you won't talk about her. If she didn't, then you gonna talk about her. She's not supposed to hold on to her house.
Why would she not take his name off of stuff so they could start taking her stuff too, just because his name was on there? Like, I would have took his name off of everything. You would have nothing with no ties with me in it, nothing.
No, you don't have to get blood tests anymore before you get married, except for in, I think 2 or 3 places. I think that you should have to. But my question is, what do y'all think? Like, the one that's been married to him for the 38 years, what made her come out now and say, he's my husband? This is not the time you... Or did she do it so that Shirley could walk away?
Let me pack up his stuff and send it to your house, ma'am. Ma'am,
okay.
Come get your husband. Come get your husband, ma'am.
Girl,
I would have been like, thank you for telling me, ma'am. Come get your husband and be about your business. You can deal with this. Thank you.
Right?
You did me a favor, actually. Thank you,
38 years. You've been married to him, and nothing made you want to get a divorce from this man. And clearly, you ain't been talking to him or nothing, because he posts on social media more than Shirley. He posts their whole life. That is his real name. And he posts. So how
But do we know that he really still wasn't talking to this lady? How do we know he really wasn't and telling this lady something? He could still been giving this lady money and all kind of stuff. Because I can't see. Everybody knew. Well, I didn't know who Shirley Strawberry was married to. I knew she had got married again, but I really didn't know who he was. But I'm pretty sure people that know him, like ex-wives, know.
Yeah, ex-wives and the people that you know that he does business with. You know, because I just find it very interesting that all of this slid under the radar for so long. But I did want to tell y'all, girl, that just listen. It made me think of Ghost when Whoopi Goldberg was like, Molly, you in trouble, girl. Girl, you got a way out. I don't listen. Would I do it? I don't know. But even if in your head and your heart you still wanted to be with this man, you could do that, but it would not be legally. I would get everything. We would be married in the Lord.
I wouldn't talk on the phone no more. I wouldn't even want to talk to my friends on the phone no more.
Yeah.
Girl, I'd be like, bitch, you got to come to my house. I cannot talk to y'all no more on the phone because I don't know if somebody is tapping into my phone or anything. I literally would not want to talk on the phone no more. I got to talk to everybody in person. And then when I'm talking to y'all in person, I need to pat y'all down. I need a scanner and all kind of stuff.
We need to talk in the pool.
Right.
In the sauna. Well, at this point, she's not talking to none of her friends because y'all gonna hear on the calls too that what did I say before? What do we all say? Any type of abuse. You can identify abuse with separation. That's
so sad.
But the killer is, like I sent you the clips of the other stuff that we're gonna talk about last week, deception on top of deception. It clouds your vision. When everything comes tumbling down on you, you guys, you could just think of any time that you've been in something that made you nervous or anything. When something happens, it's like your heart starts racing, you can't hear. It's almost like when you wake up late, you like, that is how you feel the entire time. Imagine all of this stuff coming down on you. Your daughter over here acting a certain way, not wanting to talk to you because the daughter was acting silly with her from the beginning. We will have to dive into that, but I see your person that do your hair that you've known all of this time, that y'all are so close together. Your person that you got your ring from, y'all was cool because you building and networking. You don't have nobody to turn around to. And then of the people, he's saying, well, I told you, my people was going to come through. And she's like, oh, yeah, they called me today. And he was like, oh, okay, well, what did they say? Oh, he said he was going to come and visit you today. Ernesto said, that's all he said? Like, yeah, you expected him to do different things and they're not taking care of her. You had your chest poked out like, I told you I was going to send somebody. What did they say? They said, do I want peanut butter and jelly for dinner?
Yeah, because he probably owed them money too, so they ain't about to do nothing. Like, you didn't tore down your playhouse, like my mom said. You didn't tore down your playhouse with everybody, sir.
Well, he don't have no problem saying to certain people, he told one person, oh, y'all not answering my calls. I know it's hard out there, but y'all got money to go to the grocery store. I was like, what?
Like, in the end, that's for that phone call, because them phone calls are expensive. Them phone calls are expensive. And now, they can call video. They can do video calls and all kinds of stuff now.
Yes, that's what we're trying to say. I'm like, he was simultaneously married to all of those women at one point at the same time. Because the 2008 to 2011, that was in the midst of the first and the second one. She just got in and got out and hers was done. But the first one never left. So all of these have been in and out on top of hers. You never step up to say anything. You never wanted yourself detached from him with his record. That's why I'm saying she could not have known. She couldn't have, because then she would be just as a little bit as Shirley, because you knew from the beginning and you seeing all of these things. Armed robber, sir, have you ever had a regular job? The way you talk, you sound like a foo-foo head. People actually believe you?
That's just so scary. Like, that literally is scary to meet somebody, fall in love, and marry them, and then this happens.
Find out who they are.
Yeah, like that's super scary nowadays. Like it's so scary. But it's almost like shit. Everybody needs to do a live scan before you get married. We need to go do a live scan so I can see what the hell you got
Yeah.
going. Let's go get a live scan done. We doing
Somebody
fingerprints.
needs to start a nonprofit.
Yeah, like we need to do live scans on everybody. I need to see everything that's going on. Like I'm not marrying you until we do a live scan. Period, point blank. Because I need to know everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Even before I fall in
Medical
love, but
record.
like even before I fall in love with somebody, but that might be just doing too much. Like, girl, ain't nobody about to do all that. But I feel like once you fall in love and say you getting married and you get a live scan, what if she did find out all this? It's like it's almost too
It's
late because you're
hard.
already in love with that person.
Yeah.
Like you already in love and you like, dang, like maybe he'll change or whatever. No, but that needs to be a law. Everybody needs to do live scans now. Like if you in my next boyfriend, we got to do a live scan, sir.
You know, it really would be. Wait, let me go back to this comment because it was a good one. The daughter is upset probably because she still deals with him. I think that, so just based off of these things and what I know now, I'll summarize what my thoughts are to this point about this part only. I think that the people around Shirley, even her daughter, knew more about what he was doing than Shirley did. I believe that it benefited almost everybody around Shirley. And I believe that they knew something was coming because as soon as he was arrested, they started acting funny and doing different things. So at that point,
I'm cutting everybody off.
I think because they would ask her different things that didn't make sense to her yet. But now, again, we fast forward, we know why. What the different friends was doing and all of that. It's no way they didn't know because they did direct business. It's no way the daughter didn't know because your name is on a lease with him, and you not saying you still didn't go to when they calling you in to come in. If that was true, or if it was that was your name forged or whatever, you'd have ran down there because you don't like him. Remember, I think that when a hit dog gets hit, if he had a gang, that gang is gonna stay away from you because they don't want you to tell on them, and they know everything is over. Now everybody's suffering a little bit financially.
It's still a
That's what
form
I
of
think.
manipulation if he doing that to the kids. It's so many women that's finding out late like that. Like this is off topic, but I'm just saying it's so many women finding out late about the criminal activities of their spouses that they're getting married to. That's just like I don't know if you follow her. Her name is Ray. It's just like my name, but it's like Ray Shonda.
Oh, okay.
Like or the one that be like and to that I say thank you. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You said you was gonna send me her stuff.
Huh?
You said you was gonna send me her stuff.
Oh, I forgot. You know my mind. My
It's okay.
43-year-old mind.
We got a lot. We got a lot to do.
She that's the same thing with her. She been married to her wife for 5 years, and she just found out that her wife is a scammer and is getting money from all her friends in her circle. The wife was getting money from them and everything, and nobody told her until after they got evicted from their house because she was giving the money to her wife to pay the rent, and she was paying it late. They had got 3 evictions. And the last one, the landlord said, no, you still got to get out. So just think, this lady making all this money. She is an entrepreneur and she does social media influencer, whatever the hell.
Influencer.
Yeah. And she was like, I have all this money in the bank and I'm homeless now because of my wife that I didn't know she was doing this. But my thing is, I was thinking like, how none of your friends told you that she was borrowing money?
They are part of it.
But no, she said that she was telling them that she knew, or she would tell Rashonda, oh, they gifted to me. They gift me the money. So the friends one of the friends was looking at her sideways, seeing them living their best life and doing all that. And the wife owed them $1,000. So they didn't tell her all the stuff that was going on until after the fact. And she was
that's
like,
what I said. They are part of it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying it's messed up that it seemed like this is a trend now. People don't know who they married. She didn't know that that lady was in jail before for scamming and all this stuff. And she scammed her even from the church, girl. I'm telling you, that mess was crazy. So that's what I'm saying even with Shirley Strawberry. So everybody was like, how Shirley Strawberry didn't know. This is a whole nother lady that was married almost the same amount of time for 5 years. And her wife was a scammer too. And she just found out because they got evicted. If they would have never got evicted, she would have never even knew all the stuff that was going on. So I guess it really is possible, but
I'm
it's like,
trying to tell you, that's just and I didn't know anything about this one, y'all. I'll be forgetting which way to point for real. I didn't know anything about this one. I just know that, some of the stories we see on Lifetime, let's just put it like this. Almost everybody has somebody in their family that just showed up to Paul's funeral and a whole nother child done walked in with a whole nother woman that lived 2 streets over their whole life. That woman ain't never said nothing, but Paul's whole family, except for the kids and the wife, know all about that whole family like it ain't nothing. People be involved with it. And if it benefits them, they don't say something. If they like seeing you suffer, they waiting back until, oh, I can't wait until this happened to that person. Baby, let me tell you something. Stop playing like we don't know. And don't act like, it ain't just Paw, because grandma be sitting over there too with, all the babies is my color. And then one child be straight up orange, and she's sitting there and she know that baby ain't Paw baby. I'm just saying, stop acting like we don't know that these things occur.
Nothing like that happened. I'm fighting at the funeral. I'm the mama that's gonna be fighting because all y'all that know, I'm fighting all y'all at the funeral, and I'm tipping over that casket. And I'm tipping over the casket.
I'm pushing it over. Can you imagine your whole life? Because the level of betrayal at that point, you got to think. You be looking at people like, even if you do one little piece, your one piece that you told me, like, what did it take? One part of the eviction. Them saying, no, you can't work this out with me. You can't cover it up. Now the other person has to know. That one piece made every domino fall. If one of the people would have told and helped, then that couldn't happen. But it happens. People have whole double lives, and the person that should know don't. If they don't have a reason to go look for something, they're just not knowledgeable. Other people around help. They're helping for it to happen. They're helping for it to happen.
Have to go look. You should not have to go looking for nothing. But I swear to God, I feel like now you have to. You shouldn't have to, because they say when you go searching for something, then you gonna find it. You shouldn't have to, but it's like stuff like this. Like, I have to see what I'm getting myself into before all this stuff happens and my life come crumbling down. At her age.
That's a horrible age to start over. Ain't no short-term, ain't no retirement and all of that. She works in entertainment. Somebody, if anybody's listening, okay, if you make this idea, I just need you to buy me a house, okay? I think, how when we do employment verification, we submit all the paperwork and it goes to the company, and the company just shoots the answer back to us, yes or no. We need to have a third-party company that's attached to marriages
that go through.
We do, and it need to follow what I just said. Just like if you going to work somewhere and you each fill out all your information, and it have every disease, this, that, everything on there. They do a thorough background. Y'all both submit your stuff, and the thing shoots back an answer. Now, it won't tell you nothing that's on there. You got to find out the information. It could just tell you what category it's in, and then y'all work on it. But if that person fails and they lied, it should shoot back a failed answer. I think that should happen, and I think that it should be attached to. I think it should be attached to when you get your marriage license, but it should be a third party.
That's what I'm saying. We have. That's a good idea. Live scans. They should have live scans. Just how we got to do. Like, you should have to do that, because people out here is just
ruining lives. What if he made somebody so angry that they came back and they wanted to hurt her? She's not even aware of her surroundings, and he does not protect her, by the way, because she's not even aware of her surroundings of different people he's dealing with. I wonder, does she know that he was married this many times before? If somebody was to walk up on her, she's a public figure. She should know everybody that he's had dealings with so she could know to protect herself. She's just out here and vulnerable right now. And her own people have turned their backs on her. I think they want her to just leave him alone also, so that there could be no implications. They can stick to her side where we don't know nothing and all of that. But I believe each one of them have a hand in something. Because who the hell steals your .com? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that is it. So before we go, I'll play one last clip so that you guys can hear it. And then I'll shoot you the link at the bottom so you could go right over and listen. It's a quick little recap. Okay. You can hear it. Hold on.
Reportedly, Shirley lives with Ernesto and her daughter, Sheridan. The radio host introduced Williams to her senior year daughter, and it was from that point that Sheridan started noticing uncouth behaviors from her stepfather. Initially, Sheridan felt comfortable with Williams, but as time passed, she started noticing some weird behaviors, but her mom was utterly blind to them. In fact, Sheridan really thought Williams wanted the best for her mom, Shirley. She even helped him plan a marriage proposal for Strawberry's birthday in the summer of 2016. Shirley herself has been involved in petty crimes, and her daughter was there to witness all of it. In 2017, the morning show host became embroiled in a scandal after she was accused of not paying the monthly rent of $7,500 at the location where she was dwelling. The rent at that location was extremely high. She was forced out of the house, and both she and her husband were named as defendants in the lawsuit. This is one of the very many crimes Williams was involved in, and Sheridan believed her mom only covered for her husband. And Ernesto Williams is facing 4 counts of sexual exploitation involving a child. What's even shocking is that according to prosecutors, Shirley told her husband he could go to Dubai and stay at Steve Harvey's home to dodge these charges. A bond hearing for Williams was held on June 26, 2023. Prosecutors did not go into the alleged accusations they accuse Williams of, but say he faces at least 4 counts of sexual exploitation and is about to be hit with at least 15 more serious felony charges. Crail Lewis, the attorney for Williams, tried his hardest to speak in codes during the bond hearing conducted on Zoom. Lewis said his client was accused of having a single nude photo on his computer, and prosecutors allege it was a child. However, prosecutors said more charges are coming that involve children. So, yes, aside from having pornographic material of minors, this man is also cheating on Shirley, and she has chosen to stay blinded to all of these, and that's why her daughter is pissed off. During the hearing, the judge ordered Williams to be placed on an ankle monitor, not leave Fulton County, surrender his passport, have no internet access, and stay away from his alleged girlfriend, 𝒀𝒐𝒏𝒆, and his wife, Shirley Strawberry. And that's not all. The honorable judge also ordered Williams to stay away from children and animals, as he reportedly has been reported to be brutal with animals in the past.
Okay, so now we know why he can't be around children and animals.
So I would just like to say, I'm not going to tell you guys anymore. There are no details about the victims. Stop asking.
I just feel
they have that right. Now, what I will tell you, okay, because I'm just messing with you, there is a little key. So let me tell you, not with the ones that are younger, but he has an account for SA. Do you guys know what that is if I say SA?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You figured it out? Okay. Hold on. Ta-da. Okay. So that he has one of those with one person. With another person, it is repeated SA. With another one, it is trafficking. But again, just like they just said there, and I heard it, you can hear it in the calls or in one of the recordings that I put at the bottom. They're not saying things directly. You guys have to remember, everything isn't for news. Everything isn't, you may want to know, but the victims have the right to do things in a way that is comfortable for them. And so even the prosecutor they're watching how they say different things, because you have to think about it. Look at the way this is spread out. That person has to hear that over and over. That person has to, their co-workers, some of these people, what if it's an executive and you got employees under you? You never know where these people are in life. Their children have to hear it. Their husband, nobody wants to relive that. Okay. So when you think about that, if it comes out, then great, but we are not owed that. The fact that they came forward so that it could not happen to somebody else, we thank them for that. We thank you, because that's all you have to do. You don't. And so it's not out there. Of the stuff with the children, it's pictures. It's pictures, but they said more is coming. But this is all we have for right now. But as you follow this, you can do it however you want to, but don't tell people how to run their platforms. And number one, because it don't directly impact you. He don't have a dime of my money. You didn't do anything to me. It's not impacting me, but you can have compassion for people, and definitely don't tell them how they should see things. Because everybody has a reason why they believe a certain way. Anyway, we all believe his ass should be in jail, because he is a con artist, and he's not even that smart. It's that stupid laugh for me. It makes my skin crawl. He's a predator. He's a predator, and he deserves what is coming to him, and it is coming to him in pieces. And he's nervous as heck at this point.
It's
and he
like
deserves to be.
Stuttering laugh.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. That nervous laugh when you know you did something wrong, though. That's what it reminds me of. So for me, that is it. On our next call, we'll do another. I was today years old when I found out, and we'll let Ro pick the person, and then I'll go and find it, or she can find it, whichever one. But we'll let her pick the person, and then I'll include all of the links, and then the topic will actually be on something that we can learn from another part of this. Is it a case? Like, at this point, what is it? A shit show? Oh, it was going to be deception on top of deception. That's what the next one is going to be. So maybe you could put yourself in her shoes and a little bit more and stop using words like stupid. But she definitely needs to, what did Rose say, do like the cartoon and be at the place for the annulment. We voting for you, Shirley. We rooting for you, girl. We rooting for you. I would donate to that GoFundMe to help you. I would. So that's it for me. What about you, Rose?
I don't have nothing to say, but we need to have live scans.
That's a great idea.
We need to have live scans, and I'm going to keep it at that.
I wonder why they took, you're a nurse. Why did they take away like blood tests and stuff like that being done before you got married?
That I don't know. I don't know why they did that.
It seemed like they take away all the things that's going to make us actually progress.
I was just about to say, they take away the most important things.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. So that is it from us. Make sure that you subscribe, like the video, and contribute to the commentary. Only subscribers can comment, and I got all kind of keywords up in there. I'm just saying, you can always disagree. I love a good conversation, but you cannot be disrespectful on my platform. And I see it. Okay. So just be nice. Say whatever you want, though. You can even cuss. Have fun. So that's it from us tonight. Thank you for joining, and have an awesome weekend, and have a cocktail, honey. We need one. This is stressful as hell.
A few.